Hello, welcome to Wheels. How many of you out there know about mobile tire servicings? I think they're the best thing since sliced bread. You know, Saturday, I actually got a puncture in my Alpha, and I wound up going down to KC Trends, and they patched it up for me and got me on my way. But while I was there, you know, I used to go down to KC Trends a lot back in the days when they had the First Friday events, man. That parking lot was full of all kinds of cars, exotics, classics, modern muscle, tuners, lowriders, lifted trucks, you name it, it was there. It was off the chain, so much so trucks and cars were lined up all around in his parking lot, and even took up the, the strip mall parking lot down there. It was really, really big. But anyway, KC Trends not only just services wheels and tires, they also have paint protection film services they do, and they also do window tint amongst a lot of other things. So when I was down there Saturday, I actually asked Chad, hey, can we hook up with a mobile service and have it come to my house and change out the tires on my wife's vehicle, because it really needs it. Now, this is not a sponsored event, none whatsoever. I just want to show you what this service is and what it's all about. Hang on. Now, we're going to do the old penny check here. And yeah, I could probably get a little bit more out of them, but if we go to our wear bar indicator, which is here, they need to be replaced. Now, I know a lot of you out there are saying, well, there's plenty of meat left on them tires. You go another few thousand miles on them if you really wanted to. And probably true. But you know what? This is the wife's vehicle. It's the daily driver. It's the family truckster. And wet weather performance has been seriously downgraded to the point of, I've hydroplaned a couple of times. And I don't want the wife to be put in that situation. So we're just going to have GoMobile KC tires come out and change them out for us. We'll see you when I get here. So what you're doing is
so we got the vehicle on a jack stand, the wheel and tire is off, so our machine is again, I consider it like 98% touchless. We use the soft plastic wheels to break the beads instead of the big forks that you usually see. So I'll break the bottom bead first. And I'll go and break the top. Again, you can see we don't touch the wheel at all. There's no contact with that. So it's nice and gentle to push the bead down. Then we have a claw that comes out. It goes underneath that tire. You can see it hooks around right there. And this claw pulls the tire out from the wheel. And give it a second, and then that is what removes that top bead first. Pretty simple with the bottom one as well. You lift that tire up, and that same plastic wheel that pops the bottom bead, you can see down here, will actually come up and push that bottom bead again across the top of the wheel there, and then it just rotates it on out.
It is. It's completely touchless.
It is, man. It's pretty wild. So that's the wheel off, or the tire off. I'm going to let that run for a minute.
Go ahead.
Okay, so our tire's off. To prep the wheel before I throw a tire on, I like to blow out the sensor. Make sure there's no junk in there. Make sure there's nothing clogging it up. And then I'll go through with my wire brush, and I'm not taking paint off. I'm just getting a little bit of this top layer of rubber and junk off of that wheel. Just to make sure there's nothing in there that's going to stop that tire from sealing really well. So that's clean. I'll do the top bead as well. Again, I'm not worried about removing paint. I'm just making sure there's no big chunks of stuff. And then we're going to go for tire on. I'll put some paste on my brush, get it on these bead surfaces. This just helps me mount the tire without tearing a bead or damaging the wheel. And then, like I said, these aren't inside-outside tires, but they do have a normal DOT on this side. And then if you look at the other side of the tire, there's a DOT, and that's your date code. So that's the 13th week of 2023 is when that tire was made. So I would put that on the outside of the wheel in case you're doing an inspection on the car. It's more manual than it is anything. This part's pretty easy. Push it over that top bead, and it'll just snap right down. And I return my machine to home, and we'll set the beads. Get 2 loud pops on this one. I'll clean the bead while I'm waiting for it to pop. Make sure there's not a lot of paste. And I'll set my tire pressure while I'm done. So we'll set it right at 30, which is what the manufacturer wants. So the Continental Cross Contact is a great tire, and it's actually got a visual aid for you at home to see what level your tire's at. So DWS is dry, wet, and snow, and this S will wear down, and at a certain point it'll go away completely. This W will still be there and the D will still be there. The W will start to wear away completely, and then your D will still be there. So what that means is this tire right now is perfectly rated for snow, wet, and dry use. As soon as that S goes away, you know, you can kind of get through some snow, but it's not rated for heavy snow. When that W is still there, you're still good for wet conditions. When that goes away, this tire is mainly good for dry road use, and it's time to get a new set.
Yeah.
Okay, so tire is on. We're going to start balancing. I've already got my balancer set up from the last 3 wheels we did. So we'll tighten that on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove the old weights. We'll start on the outside of the wheel right here. I use a plastic tool so it doesn't scratch the wheels. And then I'll go ahead and go in and remove the tape, or at least what I can of the tape. And again, I'll use a plastic razor blade just to kind of get the top layer off. Then I'll do the back. Now we don't have any weights on it, we'll give it a spin. I'll make sure that the wheel's in good shape, there's no odd bumps or wobbles or anything like that. And then our machine will tell us up top that we need 1 ounce of weight, and that's going to be on the outside barrel of the wheel. So I'll go in, spray a little bit of cleaner right there where we need that weight. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but I have a laser that guides exactly where I need that weight. So I'll tear off 1 ounce of weight. I'll drop it on the floor. I'll tear a new 1 ounce off. And then I'll put that weight right in the middle of that laser right there. Then we'll give it another spin. Again, I'm watching to make sure there's no bubbles or wobbles or anything like that in the tire or the wheel. And then up here, it'll give us 0s and 0s, which means that wheel is perfectly balanced. We'll throw it back on the car.
Cool. Thanks, Isaac.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, that sure beats going to the tire shop and sitting there for hours on end and having somebody you don't know change the tires on your vehicle. What a simple process. It's just they show up at your house, they do all the work for you in the comfort of your own surroundings and take care of it. And what you're left with is 4 new tires mounted and balanced and put on your car and torqued to spec. Now listen, I'm sure you're going to say, Will, how much does that service cost? It must be expensive. Here's the easy deal. Go to their website, and all you have to do is fill in what you want, and they will give you an out-the-door price. Out the door. It's really quick. It's really convenient. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description below that has their website on it and their telephone number. So if you want this kind of service, all you have to do is pick up the phone or go to their website. It's as simple as that. They show up at your house, do all the work for you. They'll even let you watch. They don't care. They don't mind. But anyway, really hope you enjoyed this episode. So anyway, please just remember to like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button for me down there. I really appreciate that. And as always, hang loose and keep shiny side up. Thanks.